Hey, it's Princeword Undercover. Get it? Undercover? Alright, good. This is the second time I've done this, so I wanted to tell you a story from Vidcon. Or the story of, basically of Vidcon, from one perspective. So, I had prepaid for the flights and everything. Traveling was done well before. And I was going to leave on, I think, the 28th of July. And I was expecting to get paid for a big gig, or paid a lot of money for a gig on the 26th. So I figure I'll be good, you know. By the time I left Sweden to go to the States via London and Montreal to LA, I had not yet gotten, paid for that. So I figure, it'll figure itself out eventually. So and then I teamed up with Tony and Christina, and already there I felt like I was kind of intruding a bit. Maybe I wasn't, maybe I was. I don't know. I stayed the first night with Sky, and then we stayed 5 nights I think at the hotel. And the first day of Vidcon was really a lot of fun, getting to meet a lot of great people. The second day, however, was not as fun. I couldn't really enjoy a lot of the things, and even the people I met. I can't remember exactly who I met first and the second day, but I was very out of it. I was very concerned. What am I going to do? Because the initial plan was to a few days after Vidcon to go to San Francisco to meet up with some people. But it was still kind of like, how is that going to work? Because at that time I had $255 left, and I was still going to be in the States for another 7 days, which was a problem, to say the least. And this was it was really heavy, like throughout the entire, especially that day. I just, walked around like almost like in a daze, like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? It was a very uncomfortable situation and mindset to be in. At one point I was down in the game room, and I had talked to, I don't know if it was Ace, I'd met there, and I think I'd met Kelly as well at that point. But I was alone right then, and I was just, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I took the escalator up to the lobby, and right when I get up there, I'm heading over towards the elevators, and I meet Michelle and Grace. I think Justin was there as well, and I just walked over and I just kind of hugged both of them, Michelle and Grace, and just said, I can't remember exactly what I said, but I don't think I said like the entire, that plans were kind of falling through, and then Michelle said, you should come to New York, you can stay with us for a while. And I'm like, the first thing I thought of right then was that, well, it was two things. One is I knew I would be able to get to New York with the money I had, and second, when I took the Greyhound around the States in 2004, I never got to go the full, coast to coast. And so I decided, okay, yeah, I'll go to New York. I think that trip was like $230 or $240, and so me and Tony went down to the Greyhound station to pick up the ticket. Thanks, Tony, for giving me the ride. Thank you. The trip was leaving from the next day, and so I got on a bus. And if you want to read all the notes I wrote from the trip, I wrote something like every 4 or 5 hours. There's a link down in the underbar to a page on Tumblr, so you can see the full extent of that trip. But I got to New York, and by then I had gotten a little bit of money in, but still I was still, wasn't rich or anything. But New York was amazing. New York was an incredible experience. So I mean, this video is more than anything a big thank you to Michelle, to Justin, and to everybody really that I got to meet and hang out with in New York, because New York was an amazing experience. So much good food, a lot of fun activities, and just first thing that happens when we walk into the apartment is Michelle's like, here is your computer. And I got a white MacBook, and that was kind of my toy for the next few days. But yeah, I mean, for the people that I met on the second day of Vidcon, this is the reason why I might not have been the most amazingly fun person right then, because I was really in a bad place. But thank you so much, Michelle and the gang, for helping me out there. And the irony was that when I was going to leave New York, because my flight was back, you know, to Sweden from LA, it turned out it was cheaper to buy a new one-way trip from New York via Iceland than to buy a ticket one-way to LA. So I did that. I got to go to Iceland, and then I got home and I switched on the 3G network for the first time. When I get to Malmö, and what happens? The money came in on that day. So the essential thing about this video, and I've said this many times in videos before, is assumption is the mother of all fuck-ups. Assumption is the mother of all fuck-ups. If you assume, like in my case, I assumed I was going to get paid on time, and I wasn't. But again, thank you to all of you that I met there. I love you.